I want to talk about a man called Barabbas. And I give you this from the jump. And we come back. His name means shame. So I want to talk today. Ain't no shame in my game. That's what his name means. So I'm going to give you that off the top. So you'll know where I'm setting you up from. The word shame and the meaning of shame is an awareness and a disgrace and dishonor and then condemnation. A therapist, she called it the emotion that let us know that we got flaws and we're human. Lord, help us today. But one of the things I discovered, there's a difference between shame and guilt. Lord, help me today. Guilt is about your actions, but shame is about yourself. Did anybody catch that? Guilt is a violation of a social value, but shame is a violation of an internal value. Meaning everybody don't see what you've been through if you got shame. And see, and you got to be careful with shame, because shame is internal. And then with the internal, the devil, watch this now, he would try to make you not feel guilty, watch this, about shame, but he'll try to make you feel guilty about the incident that you had. And the incident that you had, he will always try to make you feel ashamed about it. Lord, help me today. And the problem is, a lot of folks today can't even get to where they go because they can't handle the incident that happened in their life. Now, don't fool yourself. You got to, listen, the incident got to be dealt with, but the incident ain't the end of my life. Some of y'all missing that. Some of you still can't pick yourself up because of some of the stuff that you have done. You think life is over. I got news for you today. Your life has just begun. If you know how to deal with God in your shame and in your incident. And somebody ought to give God a hallelujah. Now that's the difference between shame and an embarrassment. Did everybody catch that? That's the difference. Because shame is not involved with public humiliation. The enemy is never satisfied with you just being ashamed, but he's because, see, if you're ashamed, nobody knows it. Did anybody hear me? If you're ashamed, don't nobody know it. Because, see, if all you have is shame, you can deal with that privately. But nobody ever know what went down until you make it publicly. So he seeks to take it a step further to humiliation. And watch the enemy now. And so that what he'll do, he'll handle you privately. And so you, watch this, so you'll be able to try to deal with it publicly. See, the devil want to convince you because of the stuff you have done and the shame you got in your life that you, watch this, that you ain't worth being loved, and nobody wants to love the shame that's private in your life. I'm going somewhere with y'all. So therefore, you got to be careful, because what the devil do, he ain't going to stop until your shame become public. And when it become public, here come the humiliation about your shame. Is anybody hear what I'm saying? So you got to be careful, because there's a difference between shame and embarrassment. Now, let me tell you how good God is. God is so good that he would come to you. And he'll, watch this, he would deal with you so good. The Lord would deal with you with your shame, which is your private pain. Somebody say private pain. Come on, say it again, say private pain. So that when you come in public, you have no clue, people will have no clue of the stuff you shame of. Some of y'all missed that. See, God is so awesome that he would deal with you privately, that when he deal with you privately, you don't have to deal with nobody else publicly. Okay, some of y'all missed it. God is so good to you until when people see you publicly and they know what you did privately, they have to look at you again because you don't look like the gossip that somebody else heard. You ain't getting this. They have to look at you again because they looking at you like you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But you don't understand. He dealt with me privately. That's why I can show my face publicly. He dealt with me in my shame. That's why I got praise on my lips. It don't matter what you think about my shame because he had already dealt with what's going on. So therefore you have to do nothing but look at what's going on. Because if he dealt with it privately, God said you can show your face publicly. We have got too many folks trying to be ashamed of some of the stuff. We done all did something. Help us today, Lord. Yeah, we done all did something. When we all got some stuff. But I ain't faking. I don't want nobody to think I'm faking. I don't want nobody to say, well, you know, you just faking because I know all the stuff. You let me tell you something. I ain't faking like I got it together. I'm letting you know I got it together. This ain't a fake because while you trying to deal with me, Lord, help me today. While you trying to deal with my shame, God is dealing with my praise. And while you trying to deal with my pain that you don't know nothing about, that's the reason why you ain't going to be able to deal with the person because God said, I done already dealt. Let me tell you something. You can't burn a tree twice. You got to be able to watch God's glory because once God dealt with what's going on, can't nobody else deal with you. Why you care about somebody that know your shame? And because some folks don't know how to deal with you privately, they try to deal with you the wrong way publicly. Lord, help me today. See, people who got issues with you privately, it's because they don't know how to deal with you publicly. You be careful how you deal with certain folks because you don't know what's hidden on the inside. You don't know the hell they've been through. You don't know what's going on in their head. They got some things going on that God have already dealt with. And anybody besides myself know that God would deal with you in spite of what everybody else saying about you. You don't know what I done prayed about. You don't know the stuff I had to give up. You don't know the nights I had to cry. You don't know nothing about me. All you know is what somebody else said. But I got news for you. To God be the glory for the great things he done did with my life. Look at my mind. My mind is right now. Look at my body. God put it back intact. Look at everything that goes on in my life. Oh, good God Almighty. But that's what God, he deals with. Then, let's go to my text. I gotta get in here and get out of this one. I feel this thing already. Boy, his name is the son of shame. And in the text, Barabbas' name is the son of shame. So watch this now, he inherits shame. Oh, help me, Jesus. Which means his shame is not what society says. Oh, Lord, help us today. But he inherits shame from his own family. Let me get a sip.